Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, blows up the box offices worldwide. We'll talk about that next on Box Office Breakdown.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Please,
Wow.
please.
What?
There you go. Tell your friends.
Open.
Tell your friends.
Woo.
There you go. Welcome everybody to Box Office Breakdown, our last show of the year. How exciting. There you go. The reggaetons are blaring. Well, I'm sure we'll hear many of those during the course of this episode. But as always, this is the show where we look back at the box office that was, and then we...
Kate. Guys, we're so good at this.
Masticators.
about the box office that lie ahead. I am Frank Moran.
What's up, Kari Lane here.
I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And making us look good and sound even better, Anthony in the booth.
As usual, a lovely intro by Frank Moran. Thank you so much.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
You're the best, Frankie.
No, not at all.
I love you.
Why is he
I
being
love
so
you, Kate.
nice now?
What?
What?
No, he's doing this for the fans because before, he was tearing my butthole wide open, guys. But as always, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and everybody, give it a thumbs up while you're there, or 2, or 3, or 4.
I know
or
if we
5.
want to get our hands over there.
That's right.
It's a little dangerous.
And of course, Kari's got her iPad there, so it means the chat is up and running. So feel free to jump in and share your thoughts about anything that we're talking about or movies in general.
Well, we're going to give you a little heads up, too, of it'll be our question later, but you can chime in. What is your favorite movie of the year? But not like your favorite, but just something comes to mind, and I'm probably going to pick more than one anyways. So maybe like top 3.
These mics will be muted. These mics will be muted. But before we even talk about the movies, let's take a moment. You may notice on this, if we go to the wide shot, Anthony, you have this lovely plate here of these delicious treats baked by none other than our very own Kari Lane.
Woo! Thank you.
And she was so kind because it is the holiday season to share it with us as well. Kari, real quick, what do we have on this delicious plate?
Yes, we have lemon and cranberry, and I added a lot of lemon because most lemon treats never have enough lemon. I love lemon. And then the other ones are dark chocolate, cranberry, and oatmeal.
Oh, my word. So, I mean, I feel like we should try these here. Just,
Yeah, this will be my second taste test because, want to make sure.
She was
that
here
it's good.
early.
Oh, wait, come here for the early tasting. I'm going to go for the dark
I
chocolate
feel
chip,
like we're on the
Anthony.
Food Network channel.
I know,
we have
right?
to take a small
The
bite.
lemon. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. No, I already went. I didn't even make a thing of it. I was like, nope, it's in my mouth right now.
Get my lemon one.
I love
Oh.
the texture.
So
Thank you.
there you go. Yes, the hint of the cacao.
The chewiness of the cranberry really brings out a nice flavor.
I love it, especially for this holiday times. It's the
Exactly,
perfect accent. So follow Kari on social media because she will be doing these. She'll bake you these
I went
treats.
to a cookie party today, and so I have other pictures there. All the other amazing cookies people brought.
No, that didn't make their way to us, but that's okay.
They're in the box.
That's
over
how
there.
grown-ups party.
Yeah, right.
They bake cookies.
There was alcoholic beverages too pre the cookies.
Oh, some cookies
Ooh, you
get
guys should put them in the
burned.
cookies.
Hey.
So let's jump into our weekend's top 5 here, and kicking it off with a really solid film that I enjoyed: Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse from Sony, $35.4 million. One of the biggest. Knocks off the previous holder of the top December animated opening. So
Nice.
look at that.
Sweet.
So I know I saw it last week. I enjoyed it. Any did the two of you see it this week at all?
I saw it.
Oh, all right.
I was
Kari?
at the cookie party today.
I mean,
I
I normally
see.
go on Sundays, but
You brought these
I did.
to us, so
Yeah.
That's true. Amy?
I saw it on Thursday
yeah, you
night.
saw it early.
Yeah.
What theater?
It was a different theater
Oh my
for me.
goodness.
Oh,
So I'm not going to tell you guys which one I usually go to because like privacy.
boy.
Just kidding. No, but there's like 3 AMCs in Burbank, and so I went to a different one that I usually go to. And it was nice. It was way smaller. Yeah, it's inside the mall.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Too much information.
Thank you.
That's right.
They've redone that theater.
That's what I heard. So it was nice. It was a nice experience. You know, as long as you still have the recliners, I'm all game. It's always a little bit harder to get comfortable when there are no recliners. First world problems, right? But yeah.
I was about to say, wow.
I know. I mean, the sound was great. Everything was fantastic at the theater. The movie itself, though, like the trailers did such a great job where they don't give away too much that you don't know everything that's going to happen. Like, you think you do, but you don't. You really don't. And it's surprisingly good. I think I went in there with really, like, high expectations, but I left and I was, like, mind blown. That was fantastic. Great job. Animation is, like, insane. And I left there with a feeling of, like, this is why people love comics. Like, I get it.
Finally.
Thanks. Yeah.
About time. Thanks for joining the rest of us.
It felt like that's what reading a comic would be like for like years. You know, as a kid, like if you pick up your first comic as a kid and you start reading it, you grow up with Spider-Man, that's what it feels like, which is really cool that a movie like this made us feel that way. And I know I'm not the only one because a lot of people are like, wow. It was just amazing. I think the voice acting was fantastic because even some people I didn't know were voicing and I was like, wait, you sound familiar. And then I, check afterward. I was like, yes, it's you. So yeah, I think amazing job. It's one of my top 10 favorite films of the year for sure.
Very nice. Anthony?
Oh man, how will I follow that up? Sorry, I wasn't prepared to talk about it.
Okay, well, moving on.
No. I'll try to be as sincere and whatever just comes up to me. Pretty much, I really, really dislike this movie. No, I'm totally kidding with you.
Okay, I was like, I'm done.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding. This movie is amazing. I really liked it. I enjoyed the freak out of it. It was so good. As Amy, I agree with Amy with the trailer sets you up for greatness, but you don't realize how great it is. Like, people who haven't seen it don't realize how great this film is. It's just fun. It's such a fun movie. My God, there's so many pop culture references in it, having to do with Marvel and having to do with Spider-Man, of course, but also just like, I remember at one point there's literally a shot of Miles Morales doing a bit of what looks like a rendition of "This Is America" off the side of a building, and I thought that was really cool. It's a little subliminal, but it's like you can kind of you see it. And just little bits of that like really made this something special, but also the storyline is pretty great. The tragedy that befalls him is very compelling, and it's just fun. It's really fun seeing all those different Peters and also different Spidey men coming together to take on the big bad, and I had a huge blast for it. Yeah, I really liked this movie.
Nice. Look at that.
Now, over to you, Frank.
Well, no, I still enjoyed it. I actually went and I watched a little bit of it this weekend again. And just a little bit. I was watching another film, and then I was like, oh, I'll just peek in here for a minute. And just watching the audience really laugh and react to it. It was nice to see a Spider-Man film that people were actually laughing and enjoying. Which it's been a while. I mean, Homecoming, I enjoy that tremendously. Yeah. But if you think of the days of the Amazing Spider-Man run with Andrew Garfield, there was a lot of just overdrawn angst in those films.
Yeah. I think my only worry is that for people that are not in like a little Marvel bubble or even like a nerdy bubble, like I just want to make sure that they go out and see it, because it's like, I know that there are people thinking like, okay, well, we've got another Spider-Man coming out, like why do I need to see this one? It's because it'll make you feel differently about Spider-Man. I don't know, I think it's, you know what I mean? I think people might dismiss it.
Well, Amy, how do you feel differently about Spider-Man after seeing this movie?
Well, I feel like this one really just like tells you what Spider-Man's about. Like sometimes crap happens and then you just like have to get back up and move forward, and it's about loss, love, just persevering. And I think with other Spider-Man movies, they've done that, but this one hits a little bit differently, if that makes sense. You just have to watch it. Yeah, like in most of the other films, they've been apart from the most recent Homecoming. Spider-Man has, at least in the cinematic universe, being Spider-Man has always been like a burden to the character, especially in Tobey Maguire's rendition. And in this one, it kind of gets rid of it. It touches on how it's a burden, but it's more of like
being able to persevere apart from that burden. Like, it's not more of like, oh, this is how it's a burden. It's more like, this is how you overcome this burden. This is how you push through the hard obstacles in life. No matter how down you get, I always get back up. That was like one of the main lines that Spider-Man kept saying. Like, I always get back up. So I think it mainly hits home with the whole perseverance. I think Amy hit it on the head with that line. And also, you know, with that comes love and family and all that, but it's mainly having to do with like when love befalls you, when love is not there anymore, how do you persevere without that love, kind of thing, you know. And also the movie's so funny. My God,
Yeah.
it is hilarious. I was laughing out loud in the theater.
The soundtrack is also really good. Been
There you
jamming
go.
out to it.
Nice.
And I'll just say as we wrap this up that again, I think I repeated this last week. I said this last week too, but just Aunt May, better when she's in knowing Peter Parker's identity, and she doesn't have a big role in this film, but man, it's good.
Yeah.
That's I think probably my favorite Aunt May on screen.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean not that there's huge competition for that title, but I mean, to me, I'm actually looking forward to seeing the next Spider-Man movie to see.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna have a huge role, but the fact that she seems like she'll be in on it, I think will be interesting to see how that changes things.
I really hope they don't like Men in Black her with like the white flash.
Oh, please no.
just-
Yeah.
And then just like
No.
erase her memories. Because I'm sure they can pull something dumb like that.
Or like
Yeah.
in Harry Potter.
There you go.
Hermione and her parents. Okay, sorry.
Coming in at number 2 was the film that was also the subject of our box office bet, and that was Clint Eastwood's The Mule.
Number 2.
Yes,
Woo! None of us saw
$17.2 million. I love all of you. You did great. You got your family out there. You hit that box office. Fantastic. So, guys, we're into the year with a big win for me. A very rare occasion.
How high was your number?
I only did 9. That was it.
9.
And I was already freaking out that was too high. Whoo!
Well, a lot of people won their Clint Eastwood fans based on true story, but I would be curious on who's like rushing to go see that.
I started looking it up Thursday night, and even though it didn't do any previews Thursday night, but the projections, when I saw those, I was like, all right, this is going to be an okay weekend. It's going to be an okay
Oh
weekend.
man.
I saw Friday and I was like,
I personally have to eat my words because I said it was not going to make it to the top 5. But then I was like, oh.
Well, I did better than
We
I
all
thought,
do.
too.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of us
Yeah.
were like, oh.
So, Carrie and Tony, Anthony,
We're
excuse
safe.
me, safe in the middle.
Yeah, buddy.
so
Leaving,
Neil's gonna watch it is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Leaving our very own Amy Cassandra Martinez, nailed it, to go and watch this delightful film and tell us all about it. This will be the first thing that we're going to spend a lot of time on when we get back in the new year. So everybody mark in your calendars, January 6th, 2019.
Wow, you even
Anyone
have the
It's gonna be-
listening, we're all making faces at Frank.
It's going to be in-depth discussion about the mule, led by our very own Amy Cassandra Martinez.
What an honor.
There you go.
Thank you. I have a lot of movies to watch. It's fine. I've got well, I will have the time.
Okay.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, that hopefully for the mule.
No, I for sure watch this.
All right. I can't wait. Very excited. Number 3, Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Another
Oh, yeah.
$11.5 million. And we were kind of wondering how it was going to do with Ralph Breaks the Internet as well. Kind of makes sense that this held stronger over Ralph because it is such a Christmas film.
Yep.
Good for them, though.
Yeah.
I underestimated that.
And Ralph dropped down to $9.5 million. And then rounding out our top 5 was our other big main release of the week, and that was Mortal Engines. Kind of a dud for Universal at $7.5 million.
Yeah.
It was like a $100 million movie. So
Yeah, I have not heard good things.
neither have I.
I still want to see it.
Oh, good. Then you can tell us about it.
Yeah, I will watch it and let you all know.
But
I'll
because
tweet
this is a trilogy of books, or at least a series
It's
of
a
books.
series, yeah, or at least I think it's a series. But if the first one doesn't do well, that means no.
Well,
But you know what? I watched. I'm pretty sure we talked about. Finally saw Max Steel Did we talk about that?
Oh my
I
god!
know. I finally saw the Max
What
Steel.
are you? Why are you doing this to
even know.
yourself?
And I really liked it. It
How
was
much
fun.
free time do you have on it?
Well, it was on Amazon or something. It was like, oh yeah, wait, we never saw that, and then
Looked like
Watched it.
Max Copper to me.
it was, yeah, it was fun. It is definitely more the like YA fiction style. One that was a book that I liked, but they're never making more of it. I liked I Am Number 4.
All right.
But that book was really cool, and the movie was pretty good. Like it definitely was differences, but that was one that I remembered. I'm like, they're not gonna make any more, but
But how enthusiastic would it be to see this if you know? I mean, given this opening weekend,
that you know
that
it's
this-
not gonna make more.
Yeah.
The same excitement I went into watching Daredevil, knowing that one's not making any more either. So you're still gonna watch it for what it is and enjoy it, but maybe that makes it better that you know that you're not gonna be sitting there going, maybe, huh? No,
Well, I
it's
mean,
just
like,
not gonna happen.
Daredevil's more established, but
No, but I had just finished all of this recent season like yesterday.
Wait, you're
and
talking about like Netflix Daredevil?
Netflix Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were
Netflix
talking
Daredevil.
about Ben Affleck.
Netflix Daredevil. But watching that now, knowing they're not making anymore, is a different than if I had watched it before when we all didn't know that for sure, you know? So same idea, like you know going in, but
All right.
you never know. Maybe a different company's gonna be like, maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
So that was our top 5. Kind of a disappointment for Mortal Engines, but you know what? We've got another box office bet coming. I mean, well, we actually probably do 2 since we'll be gone. Holy
2
cow.
chances to win
That's
Woo!
true. Or 2
I
chances
like that
to lose.
optimism. No.
or lose.
or lose for
Win.
someone else.
So yes, we were gonna. So we'll do 2 because we're gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But coming up this week, we've got Aquaman, Bumblebee, second act, which
Hey, stop it!
Wait,
I'm
what?
excited.
every time I see that
Bumblebee
second
looks
act
cute.
commercial, I immediately think of you, Amy.
Why?
Immediately.
What an
Why?
honor!
Yes.
I'm like J-Lo.
Why?
Is that what you're trying to say?
Why? Because it's just that
think it's been a
sweet and
while.
that Amy Cassandra Martinez romantic comedy wheelhouse that I'm
You
just
know-
like,
I'm sorry.
I'm thinking of
the way
Sister
you're saying
Act.
it,
Yes.
I was hearing
Sister- I love
Bumblebee
Sister Act.
second act, and I'm like, that's a longer title for.
oh, yeah.
Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, comma second. No,
Yes.
it looks. It's one of those movies that I think it looks funny and cute.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
No.
But it's one of those. It depends on how long they do the lie and how long can you keep it. And I call it the Aladdin syndrome in terms of you're going to have a lie for the whole time, and you really probably should have just told the truth from the beginning. But then you wouldn't have a movie. So it depends on how they deal with that, on how enjoyable it's going to be.
Here's my thing. It depends on who's in it, because honestly, if it was other people that I wasn't as
That's
excited
true.
about, I'd be like, oh, that looks stupid.
Yeah.
But you've got J-Lo, hello, and you've got Milo. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
there.
what about Leah?
She's cool too.
Damn.
Vanessa Hudgens, she's cool too. But like these two are like, yes.
I when I do see that trailer or those commercial, and I just see the slap fest between Leah and J Lo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, I like that. It's like
You
crack, and, but not enough to make me go see this movie. Not enough.
Oh,
but
well,
I was
and
like,
her
does-
leaving the store
I don't
and
know.
falling over the. I'm like, meh.
There is something very charming about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know.
No, I like the trailer. I didn't say I didn't like the trailer.
Yeah.
I might watch it if I'm like, and if someone were to invite me out to it, I'd be
Right.
like, sure.
Yeah, it's just gonna be how well does the fallout happen of her lie getting revealed and how well she can pull it off.
No, guys, I've already seen junket interviews on YouTube. Like, I feel like I've seen all of them that are on YouTube so far for this
You're
film.
like,
That's
I'm
not
so
weird.
excited.
Like, I really am.
Yeah.
and we'll throw one more film in this too as well. And that's Mary Poppins Returns.
I'm excited for that
So
one. That one looks
those
good,
are the
too.
4 films for week 1.
Oh my
Aquaman,
God,
Bumblebee,
that's
second act,
too
and Mary
many.
Poppins Returns.
This is great.
Yes, so
Pop
start
in.
I need to watch
voting
it.
in
They're
the
all
chat.
gonna make lots of money.
Yes, vote in the chat. Let us
All
know
of
which one you
those,
want to
yeah.
do for that. Week 1, week 2.
Oh,
We're
wait,
gonna
that's
have
all 1 week?
it's all
Yeah,
1 week.
dude.
You guys, what a beautiful.
Well, we
beautiful month
actually,
to be alive.
I already got my tickets for Aquaman.
Well, there you go.
Oh, really?
Week
Family
2.
bought it. They're like, we're going. Oh, okay.
Are they in water? Do they come in a bag like just full of water?
Little zippy. Little black bag.
Week 2, only 2 films, so much easier to decide between, and that is Holmes and Watson and Vice.
Oh!
Yes.
You were on a red carpet for that.
Yeah, I
I
don't
saw
know.
your Instas.
I don't know anything about these two. Wait, Watson, is that John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Dynamic
making a
duo
face.
returning.
No.
There you go.
What?
So
Rude.
All right.
I know.
So vote away for that for week 1 for those 4 films. For week 2, Holmes and Watson or Vice. And we'll do our 2 box office bets at the end. Yes, before we hop into our next topic, though, I did have a chance to see Aquaman last night. And it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
Okay.
is that like all you're allowed to say, or can
Oh,
you...
no, I can say, it's, I will say that my concerns watching the trailers and seeing the commercials was that
I was going to say, did you get
Jason Momoa, his surfer bro attitude for Aquaman, fine when he was just kind of a supporting character in
yeah.
Justice League. But as a lead for a film, didn't do much for me. And he's got an arc that, no spoilers, you've seen the trailers. It's like,
Yeah.
how does this surfer bro become the king of Atlantis? I didn't believe the ending. Like he is okay.
Is
sure.
it a coming of fish story, or...
That's right.
Hey.
Patrick Wilson, though, I found him much more
appealing?
appealing. His arc is smaller. He doesn't have as much wiggle room, but what he does a lot with what he
Doesn't
has.
swim.
He plays his brother, right?
Yeah, plays Ocean Master, his half brother.
Okay.
What did you think of the first 10 minutes? Because I've heard a lot of things about the first 10 minutes.
It's I don't know. You're supposed to buy this whole thing is kind of predicated on the fact that Nicole Kidman, Aquaman's mom, meets the surface land
Right.
lighthouse keeper. They fall in love. I mean, it's done very quickly
Shape
in
of Water
shorthand.
all over again.
Yeah, it's I didn't really feel it as much, so it's like, okay. But I mean,
whatever.
Nicole Kidman, if you want to watch her be badass in a couple of fight scenes, that's cool
I've heard.
for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what I've read too.
Yeah.
The opening, Nicole Kidman being a badass scene or some shit like that.
The new one that she's going to do later is the drug running one. That one looks intense. Do you guys know the one I'm talking about?
I don't know.
She has a new movie coming out where she was part of like a drug bust at one time, or she got caught, and so then she's going back later to do it.
With Aquaman?
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
completely separate. But they make her look totally messed up because it's like sometime later and stuff. But that one looks like intense drama.
Oh, cool.
That I was like,
All right.
not cut white my cup of tea, but I'm happy that she's doing something where she's not totally all porcelain Barbie doll looking. I'm like, yeah, be like dirty and look cool and badass.
I will say when the action sequences, for the action sequences, you can just check your mind at the door and have fun with them.
Okay.
But anytime they slow it down to like, let's have
Not again.
a talking moment here between Amber Heard and Jason Momoa, you're like, come on, this is not great. So that's kind of disappointing. And I will say the one thing that I'm done with for superhero films, I am done with those films at the end, which is what you get at the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You're also getting an Aquaman. You get it in pretty much every superhero movie, but I'm tired of it. Is the hero kind of saying the thesis statement for like, this is who I am now, and this is what I'm all about, and then the nice bit like jumping towards camera shot or still like posing shot. I am so done with that. And Aquaman, I was like, Aquaman does it too at the end, like this is blah 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 blah, and then he does like the pose, and I was like, no,
Like, this is how
That's
I
when you
became
crumple your paper up
Deadpool.
and toss it.
yeah,
To look better.
I am Spider-Man.
yep. I don't need to see that
I
again
love that.
anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's a good point. It's a good thing to point out. A lot of people don't realize
agrees
that.
with you on that one. If you can see his
Oh, thank you,
comment
buddy.
up there. We do have a live chat, by the way. We didn't say that earlier. Thank you, everybody who's joining us live. If you're watching it later, please comment down below.
I did say
Yeah,
it, but thanks for not
Well,
listening.
no, for like joining.
Honestly, can
I
I
could say, but that's all right. That's okay.
Oh,
That's
Not
some
the same
cookies.
way. You didn't think
Frank, it's
them.
okay. Happy place, Frank. Happy
It's
place.
okay.
In the theater. Boo too. Boo.
But yes, welcome all those people.
Yeah. So.
And Zayas Bilub agrees with you.
And for you folks, there's a mid-credit sequence, but there's nothing at the
Oh,
end. So
thank
feel
you.
free after you see the
Oh,
mid-credits.
there's nothing?
Yeah, then you can duck out after that.
Oh. Thank you, Garth, in the chat. The Destroyer, or Destroyer, is the name of the movie with Nicole Kidman.
Cool.
Where she's like a drug runner or something.
Can I say something that's not too nice?
Go
for
ahead.
it.
I'm actually happy. It's like Aquaman's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
because they were relying. I feel like a lot of people were relying, mainly for the fact that a lot of people were relying on James Wan to really like be able to reel this fish out of the water and make billions with it, you know. But no, I mean, personally, I think James Wan is not as great as a director as people make him out to be. I think he owes much of his success to great writing, which happened to be Lee Winnell, his writing partner. and he's the one who actually directed Upgrade this year. And
nice.
That one was really good.
exactly right. So that's why and that's barely his like second feature that he's directed. That's not part of a huge like franchise, because the first he directed was Insidious 3. And that's my
You like that
personal
one.
that's my
Yeah.
personal favorite one. So I'm excited more for Lee Winnell's success rather than James Wan and whatever he has. Yeah, I believe he's squandering it, to be honest. That's just my take on all that.
No, I feel like James Wan. I feel like I am seeing a very much of a stylized signature James Wan move in an action scene is when he quickly tilts the camera as somebody's getting body slammed or some sort, and he kind of follows that movement with them, and you see the camera kind of spinning. The first time I saw it, really noticed it was in the Fast and Furious film that he did with Jason Statham and the Rock fight, where he body slams Jason Statham down on the ground and the camera spins.
Like technique to use makes you feel like you're in it.
Yeah, so you see that again in Aquaman, like, all right, yep, this is a James Wan joint for sure.
Yeah, I do agree. He does have a very stylized way of like shooting things to his directing. Like his style is very unique.
Yeah.
But that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, visually looks good, but it's just, if I never saw another Aquaman film, I wouldn't feel like any sense of disappointment. If they make another one, I'll go check it out. It's fine. Black Manta, the way he's realized on screen, very cool. But if I had to choose between this or Wonder Woman, I would say, even though I don't like Wonder Woman's CGI battle at the end, I think that's kind of a letdown of the film, I still like overall that film better. I think it grabs you. You buy the story, and you buy the connection between her and Steve Trevor and the emotional journey that she goes on, much more than following whatever Jason Momoa is doing. I just don't buy it at all, and so it never lands for you, and you're like, okay.
Did you guys see their red carpet entrance?
The Haka dance.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. There we go. I couldn't remember. I knew it was an H. It looked cool, but he was actually kind of disappointing in it. Like, there's some guy in the front row that's way more interesting to watch doing it, because like he does the face, but Jason Momoa is not really doing the face when he's just like kind of walking between people.
I think he probably realized, like, oh man, should I be doing this? I don't know.
It means he
All right.
needs to be acting.
That's
what?
right.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say. Which is
Oh, snap by Kari. Damn.
So before we
making my tea.
before we do our bets for our projections for next week, as well as our box office bets for our 2 weeks, real quick, we're just going to go around here, and usually we do like a box office rewind.
Continue.
Oh, look at this. Out of protest, Amy will not give the sound effect that everyone so richly craves.
Oh, I thought. Okay. Wait, the rewind?
Yeah. Usually we do a box office rewind.
Oh, well, I see. I didn't do it because we were
Yeah.
okay, but
There you go. But we're not doing that because we're just going to, it's the last show of the year. Real quick, we're just going to go around and just say one film that we would recommend to anyone we know to go see this year.
It's not going to be
Yes,
one. But that's
just
okay.
one.
Well, actually, I'll steal it from the chat. One of them is not my pick. But Jody from the chat said, Carrie asked about favorite movie of the year. Mine is 50 Shades Freed. I am not much of a DC Star Wars fan. Sorry, don't hate. But yeah, that was my fave. Cool.
Interesting choice. All right.
Movies are subjective. You're allowed to
There
like
you go.
whatever you want to like. Yeah.
Amy is excited to go first to kick this off.
can I do two?
No, just one. That's it. We're just going to do one because we don't have much time.
Do more. Do it. We got plenty of time.
Black Panther, Crazy Asians.
Okay.
It's a hyphen. It's two.
Oh, great.
Crazy
Okay.
Asians.
There you go.
Crazy.
That's right.
Crazy Rich
There you go.
Asians. There are so many.
Absolutely.
There are so many that I would also say Infinity War, but I feel like with Infinity War, you can't just jump into that one. You have to a little bit. But with the other two, I would say you could just jump into those.
There you go. There's no wrong answers here, guys.
Yes, yes.
There's not. It's
Yes,
your choice. What you think is a great film that everybody else should see.
God, but there's so many.
There's a lot
No,
that came out.
let her
That's
suffer.
No, scrolling back, I was looking back of like, wait, what are all, that's what I was doing earlier, looking through of like, what are ones that you go, oh, that came out this year? Because we also go watch Horror Movie News, our last episode, because we talked about our 5 favorite of the year, and that was just personal favorites, not necessarily best films of the year, but 5 favorite, and then 3 we didn't like.
Look at
And
that.
so that one, get a few more.
Well, what about you, Frank? Because you're making.
Are you ready for your
Uh,
one?
yep, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
There you go. It's a film that just
Dang it, I would say that.
no, it just goes
Yeah.
into deep nerdiness. It's what you want to see. There's make no apologies to like. Cool.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because what I like about that film is that it is a film that it says by this point, people either are in on the comic book culture, they're either lifelong comic book fans, or they just are aware enough of the medium and the tropes that we can just go full on deep dive nerdiness and explore all the craziness that a universe has to offer, and that's what this film does.
Nice. going ahead, Wellington says, I just saw Bumblebee. It was amazing.
Oh, very nice.
Cool.
I have to admit, I am very intrigued by that film.
It looks interesting.
It's good. It's getting some high reviews.
Yeah.
So
I'm pumped.
it looks interesting.
What
And
I
I
like-
like the actress too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Haley Steinfeld?
Yeah, I love her.
But I think it just shows that if you take a franchise and give it to somebody else and see what they can bring to it, that because it's always been in Michael Bay's hands, to put it in
Right.
somebody else's could still show you that there is something worthwhile in that franchise.
I still hope there's an explosion.
I definitely don't have just one, but scrolling through movies that came out this year that I was like, ooh, documentary. I love the documentary on MIA because the singer-songwriter, I didn't know much about her, and I feel it's a really well-rounded documentary that gives you all this information that you're just like, it's cool, and it doesn't really feel too opinionated. It's just like, here's all this information about this person you didn't know. It's super interesting. And then movies, I would say favorites, if only because I also met the filmmakers this year, is Summer of '84 and Searching.
Yes.
Because both of those are so good. They're indie films. The people behind it are so passionate about their film. They're both good movies. That's the other thing too. Because you meet filmmakers that are like, I love my movie. And maybe the movie's not as good. But these people are talented. They're dedicated. They're very humble and excited to talk about their project. And all those have interviews on a few shows here.
Oh, look at that.
I was like, we'll
Yes.
plug that too. Horror movie news. We had Summer of '84 come in. Also, producers for Searching came in. And then on Popcorn Talks.
They were so fun.
I want to say it was Popcorn Talk Red Carpet. You can see me interviewing
On Facebook.
Searching. I did the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival and interviewed the filmmakers because I got to talk to the director who he wasn't able to come in. And then Summer of '84 on the Facebook Popcorn Talk page, I talked to those directors. So
Nice.
like they're all really cool, and that just almost makes you love it more because you're like, oh, your movie's so good, and you're just so cool too.
Look at that. All
Yeah.
right. Anthony, yourself?
Yeah, I was gonna say Summer, but I knew Kari was gonna handle that one. Summer of '84 is really great. Go watch that. But yeah, I gotta stick with my classic, Hereditary. It was just
Yeah.
really great. I really love the movie. I own it on DVD
Maybe
and on Blu-ray. It's very hard for me to actually sit through it now. I have yet to see it again, mainly because of a certain scene. That one. So that's my favorite
Watch
film
out for
of
those
the year.
telephone poles, guys.
Yeah. But also, I would also throw in Annihilation too, if you haven't seen
Right.
that.
I
That's
like
it.
that you bought that film, and yet I can't really watch it, though. Nice.
It's what I do. I don't know.
Patrick Olinger in the chat says my favorite this year was Black Panther and Mission Impossible 6. Then we also had a couple other people excited on more than one. Yeah, Zayas Bilou, Mission Impossible, and A Star Is Born and A Quiet Place. All
Nice.
right, yeah.
So as we wrap up, real quick, we'll do what we think next week's top 5 is going to look like. I mean, we've got 4 big films kind of entering the marketplace.
They're gonna dominate.
Yes.
All those, it's like, yes.
So we've got Mary Poppins Returns. That's going to be on 3,800 screens. And Aquaman's on 4,100. Bumblebee's on 35. And Second Act, just on a mere 26.
I don't know. Second act might get up
Second
there.
act is gonna get buried. Like it's at least gonna come in 4th. Like
So I think we can all agree all 4 of those are going to end up in the top 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which other is it just
Yes.
going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to be the lone holdout?
Yes.
Or do you
Yes.
think the Grinch?
No.
No?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spidey. Yeah.
I would say Ken Jack. I'm liking your thoughts there. Aquaman #1. I'm like, yeah. I think there's gonna be a lot of people going out for that. Mary Poppins #2 because family friendly and all the nostalgia people going there. Again, family friendly always wins. A lot of stuff. But Bumblebee could take #2, but that's PG-13, so not as many as the little kids to go. So I'll pay that for 3. 4. I'm like, what was our?
Spider-Verse? Ah,
No, that's all
Spider-Verse?
right. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, and then what was
Second
our-
Act?
And Second Act. #5.
Does anybody
Yeah.
feel brave about making the case that perhaps, I mean, Aquaman, fine.
Yeah.
And it's getting, some nice reviews, but
Mary Poppins will get
yeah.
1.
I think
Yeah.
that's very possible too.
I'm thinking like, I can see Mary Poppins.
I think it's a shoe-in. I think Mary Poppins will get #1 for sure. Think about there's way more.
A lot of advertisement.
There's just way more fans of Mary Poppins in Disney than there are than like DC.
Yes.
You know.
And
Like you can't. A whole family will go to Mary Poppins, no doubt, but a whole family won't go to DC like to see Aquaman. It'd be like the dad and like the son to go see like Aquaman or something.
I am agreeing with you, Anthony. So I could see Mary Poppins, then Aquaman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bumblebee, Spider-Man, second act.
Quote me on this. Mary Poppins is gonna take it.
Also, a lot of Lin-Manuel fans. There we go. That one.
There you
go. Great in the chat says Mary Poppins, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Spider-Verse, second act. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
And Amy agrees. Look at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting ready to wrap up, we've got 2 box office bets to do real quick. So, week 1, we've got 4 films: Mary Poppins Returns, Aquaman, Bumblebee, and second act. So, if our boy Ken Jack is in there, maybe he'll give us a total for week 1. And then our second week will be Holmes and Watson and Vice are our 2 choices.
Yeah, this is going to be a great couple of weeks.
I know, I'm
you
excited.
go.
Because if you can't go out to all of them in one weekend, you still got more to catch up on.
That's true. And so our box office bet, of course, we will bet on what we...
Second act 1 for the first week.
Oh, yes. All right.
Okay.
Second act, and then...
Yusuf says, no way Aquaman is second place. LOL.
Oh, all right.
And then Holmes and Watson 1 for week 2. Okay.
All right. There we
All
go.
right.
So...
Someone's a fan.
Right. Hey, it's all right.
There we go. Holmes and
all
Watson and Vice, they're just both opening wide, so I don't have a theater count on that one.
All right, so second act, we all said number 5, right? So,
Yeah.
That's true.
but the question is, how much money do we think the others are gonna make? What was Spider-Man this week again, please?
35.
So if that goes in half, it's still like between 15 to 20.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm wondering, how much of a box office draw is J-Lo these days?
I mean, Milo, though. Because a lot of people, This Is Us fans, are just like, hi. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to...
But it's not even just that. It's like people don't usually go to movies more than once a weekend.
Yeah.
True.
So it's like that means that they're just going to go to one, and it's most likely not going to be that one.
All right. So everybody locked in for second act?
Okay, that might be a little high, but whatever.
Anthony, you locked in for second act, sir?
Sure.
Music
That's
fan
what I like. That's
says
what I like.
Aquaman will be number 1 for sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got it.
All right. Anthony, kick us off. What do you got for second act?
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna go with 16 million.
Ooh,
Oh,
Zayas Relu said
all
that
right.
as well.
Oh,
right.
nice. Thank you, Zayas, for backing me up on this.
And
Yeah.
Amy Cassandra Martinez.
Hey, 13.
All right. Kari Lane.
With all the confidence in the world.
21.
Ooh.
Oh, I went 12? Oh, all right. So there you
On the
go.
high end, all right.
All right. So just
I've not
I
been
feel
chicken
that's
there.
one I'm
excited.
It's cute,
So,
but there's other ones I
what's
want
the
to see
second
too.
week?
16. Second week is Holmes and Watson. Amy did 12.
And
I'm
Vice.
Ooh.
31. But we're doing.
But we're only
Holmes and
doing
Watson's
for
Holmes and
sure, for
Watson.
sure.
And wait, Amy did
Round
13. You did
Yeah.
13.
Star
and
Drew says that's a little low on your.
That's
All
fine.
right.
I'll watch it.
Holmes and Watson. Will Ferrell.
There's
and,
like no way to go.
John C. Reilly.
There's like nothing to go off of, right? To guess.
Maybe Step
guesstimate.
Brothers, but not really.
No.
Yeah.
Because we don't know the following. We need like the fall. This coming weekend's like numbers to really.
Well, Ken Jack
Guess
says
something.
13.
My brain hurts, guys.
I know, but I honestly think that Aquaman, Into the Spider-Verse, and Mary Poppins, and maybe even Bumblebee,
Oh, they'll have
They'll
legs.
still
are gonna
dominate.
still dominate that second week.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be on vacay. Oh my God, people are gonna love it.
I haven't seen any advertisement.
Star Drew says 13.
I could actually see second act getting bumped, and maybe Holmes and Watson doing better than that in its
For the
opening
second
weekend. Yeah.
week for second act.
Maybe.
So I think Holmes and Watson will open low. That's my
Yes.
No,
mind.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it.
Guy
No.
Patterson
No.
says 12.
Ah, what? Ah.
All right. I'm locked in. Anthony, are you locked in, sir?
Yeah, for the second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Amy.
Zaya says 14.
All right. What do you got, sir?
I have 8 million.
8 million. All right. I like it. I like it.
Not too low, not too high. Yeah.
Amy?
13 again.
What?
13. All right.
Lucky number.
Carrie?
14.
14. And
Why are you writing?
I'm typing on our notes.
Oh.
So yes,
Cheater.
I went on the 13 bandwagon with Amy.
Neil
Yes.
Hutchinson says
10
10.
million.
I'm writing down all our bets here, Anthony, so that we
Okay,
all
okay.
know when we get back.
Don't be
Yay.
cheating.
Not cheating, just recording.
Garth
There you
says
go.
under 10. Could be.
Pretty good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last show of 2018. My, how the year has flown by. We've learned, we've grown, we've laughed. We've
seen
eaten
great
some delicious cookies. We've seen great movies. We've seen awful movies.
Yes, we have.
True that.
We can only hope that we have more of the former and less of the latter in 2019. Yes, keep the good ones coming. The stinkers, move along, guys, please.
Bye.
But real quick, something to be thankful for. As you're saying, you're by something you're thankful for. Anthony, we'll start with you.
Awesome.
Where can they find you? What are you thankful
Yes,
for?
my name is Anthony Becerra, everybody. You can find me at TonyBTony_. Catch me every Tuesday in the new year. We're on hiatus, but catch me every Tuesday for horror movie news. And we'll see what's up with that when it comes back. And also, yeah, I am thankful for this show. I really enjoy it. I would not even bat an eye at box office numbers if it wasn't for this show. So, and yeah, it's an interesting skill I've developed of guesstimating every week.
It's paid off.
It's paid off, yeah, somehow, some way. I haven't seen it pay off yet, but it's paid off. And I just really enjoy doing this show, and I really appreciate you guys including me in it. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, look at that. Amy?
How do we follow up with that?
I know.
It's okay. I'll break out the tears.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all
Oh,
right.
look at that.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. Yes. Yeah, you guys can also find me on YouTube. I am thankful for all of you guys for supporting everything that we all do, like you guys, and then of course like you guys, you know, with trailer reaction videos that I do too, sure. But mostly just participating in our chat and in the comments. You guys are great. Yeah, and also do watch Roma on Netflix. It is nominated for a crap ton of awards, so watch that one. And I will be doing my top 10 movies on my YouTube channel, so watch out for that one.
That she'll never put it together because it'll be a lot of qualifications.
No,
There's
I'll
7
probably
tied
have-
for 10th place.
40 will be listed. It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I was just reading the chat, and I would second that too. Thank you, everybody who watches. Even if you don't watch us live, we still love you. Because I'm thankful we're at an earlier time. The late night was a little rough, and so this feels great that I feel like we're all a bit more awake now. And yeah, thank for everybody watching, chiming in. We love hearing your feedback so much, and coming every week and talking about movies and getting excited about movies. Because I did just start a new job, which I'm thankful for that too. But I was like, hey guys, In the Spider-Verse is coming out, and they're like, what movie? How do you not know about this movie? I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm super excited. So I like having this space where we're all super pumped about movies. Even if we haven't seen them yet, we can still be like, hey, wait, have you seen this trailer? And we're going to talk about this movie, and so excited. And you can find me on social media over the break at Kari D. Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Have a safe, happy holiday season.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. I'm thankful that these 3 incredible people let me just kind of tag along with them. So there you go. Absolutely. So I just ride their coattails. They do all the heavy lifting. The show would yes, absolutely, absolutely,
Our
yes.
fearless leader.
No, no. And
We'd
thank
be
you.
nothing without you,
Oh,
friend.
you'd be much
Yeah,
better off. But thank
no.
everybody in the chat for enduring all my wacky openings and terrible sentences that I speak on a regular basis.
No, you sang for us
great.
today.
I sang. Oh, there you go.
Talking
But anyway,
about-
you guys are great. All of you are great. We're so thankful that you join us every single week, and we look forward to doing more of this with you in 2019.
Woo!
Yes, folks, we'll be back here Sunday, January 6th, with another episode of Box Office Breakdown right here on Popcorn Talk. Go see some movies.
See you
Have
next
fun.
year.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.